episode 134 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
Good.
NPRing it up this morning, I see.
Yeah,
I
I guess so.
It's soothing.
Yeah.
It's soothing. I found that soothing.
How are you, Nick?
I'm great, Eric. And you?
I'm fantastic.
As the doves lift off of the balcony today. All right,
Yeah.
that's boring. I don't want to do that.
I was just going to tell you about my sweet new bongo CD.
Do you have one?
It's all bongos.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're solo bongos, but
Okay.
sometimes they get the whole bongo band together.
Yeah. Well, friends who bongo together, you know,
Yeah. What?
stay together.
Really?
They stay together. Oh, yeah. It's a
I guess when you're bongos, you're family.
That's true. That is true. Well, for today, for episode 134, we're going to be talking about the Women's Prize for Fiction. The long list has been announced, so we're going to go over that a little bit later, because as you know, March is Women's History Month. So stop in and check out one of our many displays that we have here.
Yeah.
Lots of cool resources.
What? You're looking at me like I should have more to say.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are great.
Oh, you
my
made
my display specifically.
Yeah, your display.
Pretty awesome.
It takes the cake.
Yeah. I got some great books.
Yeah, you do.
So
You watch anything interesting this weekend?
I got some great books. I say this is my
You ordered
personal
them.
collection.
You ordered most of them.
It is. It's close to my personal collection.
Yeah, it is.
A lot less X-Men
True.
than in my own
Yeah,
personal.
a little
less
little more
Daredevil.
diverse than your personal collection.
Yeah. Yeah. So not as much. Actually, I do try to have like a new dinosaur book on that new juvenile nonfiction shelf, at
Okay.
least at all times.
All right.
Like, oh, is this one out? Better order a new one. I guess you could say we're in the Jurassic period of nonfiction.
I
books
guess you could.
because of how the timeline progresses.
I understand.
So
Yep.
we got like another couple million years of the Cretaceous.
Totally understand.
Yeah, Cretaceous.
And this is totally
All right.
killing, I think, for the home audience.
Killing like in a good way, like they're on the floor laughing, like he said Jurassic, following up the Triassic period of his book display.
Whatever moves us along is what I
Okay.
meant there.
What were you
So
asking me?
I asked if you'd watched anything interesting, any page-to-screen adaptations or anything of note that you might want to discuss.
Is there something you know that I'm forgetting?
No, I just know I did that.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
an
finished
easier way
Stranger
to-
Things season 2.
Oh, okay.
Real
Yeah.
letdown.
Let down.
My wife liked it. I did not.
Hmm.
I found it to be wholly disappointing from
Oh, that's too
the
bad.
first season,
Yeah.
which I liked. And I got really into it. I even thought about rewatching it.
Really?
But then watching the second season, I'm like, well,
Yeah,
take
yeah,
a break.
You're good. You're good.
So
Oh, that's disappointing.
I think sometimes, like with Stranger Things and other shows, there's a bit, you kind of get a little overconfident.
Okay.
And then they're not resting on their laurels
Yeah.
so much. They're just, I don't know. There's less scrappiness to it, I guess.
Sure.
It just
Well, I
wasn't
think
as
a
good.
lot of the fun in that kind of thing is getting to know the characters and their quirks and that sort
Yeah.
of thing. So putting them in another situation. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it just kind of felt
feels a
very
little tired.
similar. And sometimes I forget what characters were doing.
Oh.
And so, yeah.
It's hard when they're all split up.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying to like keep that all straight.
Yeah.
So, okay, disappointing then.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of page-to-screen adaptations. The first being the Roman Spring
Go
of
on.
Mrs. Stone, I believe is what it's called. Have you
Cool.
ever heard of this?
No.
It's based on
Have you?
No, it's based on a novel by Tennessee Williams.
Uh-huh.
So Tennessee Williams, mostly known for his plays, Glass Menagerie, Streetcar Named Desire, and others.
Who did the Postman?
I don't know.
No, not the Postman. Rings twice. The other one where he's the
Death of a Salesman? That's Arthur Miller.
Oh, that one I like.
Oh, okay, good. Anyway, this
Wait,
was based
who'd you say?
on Arthur Miller.
Oh no, I hate Streetcar Named Desire.
That's Tennessee Williams.
Depressing. No,
Okay.
thank you,
All right.
Tennessee.
Well, he's got a depressing streak in
Yeah.
him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess I didn't really realize that he'd written novels, and I don't think he wrote many. This may have been one of the only.
Okay.
The movie starred a young Warren Beatty.
Mm-hmm.
He announced Moonlight as the Oscar winner during this, which was weird. Just
Right.
Out of
Yeah, it's just-
No. He played an Italian gigolo,
Uh-huh.
and it was kind of a confusing and ultimately dark movie.
Okay. And this was Eugene
So-
O'Neill's
No,
Long Day's Journey into Night.
no, not
Really?
it. Not it. Is Warren Beatty in that?
No.
No, Jack Lemmon though. Jack Lemmon
Oh.
and Kevin Spacey, right?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Not allowed to see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll fix that in editing.
We're gonna
Yeah,
recast.
we're gonna
with Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, with Jack Lemmon and Christopher Plummer.
as his young son.
98-year-old Christopher Plummer.
Yes. So
Here's a spark of life in Christopher Plummer.
the one guy I think is I always incorrectly think is like one of your favorites. He's not. Peter Gallagher.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
The dad from OC.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's in there.
I don't care about Peter Gallagher.
Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, Nick likes him.
Okay.
It turns out you don't, and it doesn't make
I
sense.
mean, I got nothing against him.
Did you like the OC?
I never watched the OC.
Well, then I don't know where I come up with this.
I don't either.
I guess he just looks like somebody that you'd be like, oh yeah, he's funny. He's funny from the 90s.
Okay.
He was really important or something.
You make your own assumptions, and I respect that.
All right.
Second thing was the Cinderella movie, directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring Lily James
Yes.
and Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
It was fine. Have you
Okay.
seen it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do much for me.
Well,
I've been kind of lukewarm on the Disney live-action remakes.
that's because you didn't see Jungle Book.
I haven't seen Jungle Book.
I don't think you'd like it either, and I hope you never watch it. Then I can't hear you
So
tear apart
threatening.
Jungle Book.
That
I know.
was so
You
threatening.
ever watch Jungle Book? I'll kill you.
If it's like all CGI, is it really a live action?
The boy's real.
The boy's real. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the others?
Jungle
Book. Oh, you know what? I loved Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
I love
Well, there you
Pete's
go.
Dragon.
Pete's Dragon, but that was live action
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, well, in mix. It was a mix.
Yeah. The Maleficent and the Alice movies.
Yeah, the Alice movies.
Beauty and the
Beauty and
Beast.
the Beast. Yeah.
It's not a lot. It just feels like there's been a lot
Does
of them.
feel like a lot. Is it real that Tim Burton is directing
Dumbo.
Dumbo with Will Smith? Did that happen?
I don't remember if
I
Will
know he
Smith
was
is still
circling it
attached
for
to
a
that.
long
Will
time.
Smith is attached to Aladdin as the genie.
Well,
But no, Michael Keaton is in Dumbo anyway.
okay, I'm in.
I don't know if he's going to
100%.
be playing like a human or the mouse.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He'd be a good Timothy Mouse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
all right. Well, I'm glad you're in. Jungle Book so far has been the only one I've liked, but it turns out I just like the Jungle Book.
Yeah, you do
So,
like the Jungle Book, sure.
yeah.
And Mulan got pushed way back.
I think just another year.
Yeah, well,
They've cast
significant.
Mulan, and so next year is the Lion King,
Oh yeah.
and I don't think Aladdin is next year.
No, I do. I want to see Aladdin.
Guy Ritchie's directing it,
No.
but he
Although
also did that King Arthur movie.
The stage version of Aladdin is so bad that I sure hope the movie's better than that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I don't understand because like Lion King's almost like a near perfect film.
right.
So I don't know what they're hoping to.
Yeah.
Same thing with Beauty and the Beast. Like watching that, I'm like, the animated Beauty and the Beast is fine.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah,
best
in
you
the-
can do.
In the
and
Emma
then,
Watson one, it's like a shot-by-shot remake.
Yeah.
Almost.
So stuff like that, it's just do your re-release.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah.
it's
But I guess
super
you don't make $1 billion just re-releasing Lion
Probably not.
King in
No.
3D.
weird. I don't. Wow, they're so real.
I once tried to convince my wife, who was I think we were still dating, so we weren't even
Oh.
fiance at the time, to go see Lion King in 3D,
Uh-huh.
and she did not.
Warning sign?
Yeah,
Did it make you think twice?
Instead, we did see Beauty and the Beast re-released in 3D,
Okay.
so that was pretty good.
I saw that when it was re-released in IMAX when I was in like high school or something.
Hmm.
So I think it was the first IMAX thing I ever saw. It almost gave me a heart attack. It was
Really?
too much.
All right,
Too much.
sorry, man.
That's okay. Well, I don't know why we're talking about live action.
You saw Cinderella.
I did see
You watched
Cinderella. Yeah, which
You
we
counted
have,
that as a page to screen.
we
Okay.
have in our collection. Well, because
Yeah.
I think borrowed a lot more from the fairy tale than it did from the
Yeah.
Disney movie.
You should check out the movie Gilgamesh.
You think
No,
I
I'm
should
kidding. I should
get the screen? Okay.
That's pretty funny.
It was. Yeah, it was solid. I don't know why you had to congratulate yourself, but
I don't know.
I-
I needed that boost.
you did.
My car's in the shop. I need a
understand.
pat on the back.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
back hurts, so don't pat it too hard.
No, it won't. Well, let's move to our bookmark segment.
Oh, is that all you watched?
Those were the ones worth mentioning. Yeah. I think
Did you
so.
watch any more Oscar things?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I
All
watched
right.
Star Trek First Contact over the weekend.
Did that win an Oscar? Nominated.
No, it didn't.
Not even
I
nominated.
don't think
for
so.
special effects.
I
In
don't think so.
'95, what was it against?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Probably Toy Story.
No. That
Toy
was
Story
that
was
held
good.
up. That was still good.
First Contact?
Yeah.
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 It's because it's Jean-Luc Picard with like a pipe in his. I don't know if he's ever actually carrying around a steel pipe,
Yeah.
but in my head, I always see him beating like Borg
Yeah.
with a steel pipe.
Yeah, that's
Just
kinda what it feels
whacking them in
like.
the back of the head.
Yeah. He's
So he's wearing that tank top the whole time.
He is.
So that's pretty great. Helen Mirren just
she's not in that.
no, but Helen Mirren was just on the news, the one
Probably doesn't matter.
Stephen Colbert.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, help me,
Stephen
I can't speak.
Colbert.
Colbert. God,
The Late Show.
what is happening to me? Anyway, and she mentioned that back in like the '80s, Picard had a gray bod.
Oh.
So
Wow.
yeah, and that's coming from Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, our bookmark
Sorry.
segment. That's okay. I've done some reading,
yeah.
and some of it is Star Trek related, as may surprise you. So here are the graphic novels that I read.
Okay.
Legends of Tomorrow, The Atom, which is about,
Man, I wish
which is not really based on the Legends of Tomorrow show. It's just collected
I could do a poll
issues of The Atom.
to see the interest of our listeners, so we could figure out when you're talking Star Trek or I'm talking Marvel Comics, like where do we lose them?
Yeah.
Because like I'm laughing that you read this Atom comic, but I don't like. Will the other listeners be like, "That's silly"? Or are they like, "Okay, the Atom, sure,
yeah, take that."
Legends of Tomorrow, oh yeah, CW.
I read Poe Dameron Volume 3, which is a fine series, and I read Encounter with the Unknown, the only Star Trek Voyager graphic novel set. All were fine. Nothing was a real standout. Yeah. The Atom one made me want to read some of the DC Comics Rebirth stuff, which we have here in the collection.
We sure do.
In spades.
Boring Justice Leagues and lots of other boring things.
I read 2 books. One is The Hoover File, which is by William Harrington. Is based on the series Columbo.
Everybody knows about The Hoover File.
It was not good. It was not good. I didn't
this one
like
didn't
it.
have Leonard Nimoy.
Disappointing. No, he wasn't in it. But I read The Wife Between Us by, it's 2 authors. Greer Hendricks is one, and I can't remember who the other is.
Author Between Us.
Yeah. And it was really good.
All right.
I really liked it.
Looks like something that would start like Catherine Heigl.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can see that. Why not?
I think they made a movie that looked like that.
It was very well done. It wasn't a perfect book, and there was a lot of things that we've seen before, like character archetypes and a little some predictable development, but the plot overall was not predictable.
Okay.
I mean, it's just one of those ones where you sort of feel like, okay, yeah, I see what's happening here. And then you're like, oh, well, I was wrong, and that sort of kept happening. So I feel like that's the mark of a good book.
Okay.
It's not a great book, but it was still good.
What's a perfect book? You brought this up.
What's a perfect book?
Yeah, you're like, it's not a perfect book. I'm like, what's a perfect book to
Well,
Nick?
I don't think I have anything specific in mind, but the weaknesses that I mentioned, like the themes and the those archetypes that like you see them a mile away.
So you don't have like a platonic vision of a perfect book?
No, I guess not.
Okay.
I guess not. I mean, the plot saying intriguing and the characters being unique. There was a level of writing that was not fresh, which kind of let down the storytelling was very good, but some of the individual pieces, if you just were to look at those, you'd be like, well, that's kind of amateurish.
Okay.
But overall, it made for a great package, and it doesn't really diminish like your enjoyment of the book.
Right.
So anyway, I would highly recommend The Wife Between Us.
Okay.
Yep.
So you'd say it's the full package.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. I am currently reading Hard Choices by Hillary Rodham Clinton, who won the popular vote but lost in the Electoral College, if you'll recall. And then I'm also reading Serpents in the Game, Serpents in the Garden, which is a Star Trek book.
Serpents in the Game.
Serpents in the Game is a good title,
If
actually.
you want to win the game, you got to have serpents in the game.
I'm actually going to keep that for my follow-up to Time Fox.
There you go.
So.
Serpents in the Game.
Yep. Anyway,
is that it? Did you have more about that Star Trek book?
No, they're both good. It's a sequel to an episode that we watched recently of the original series.
Oh, okay.
This is Captain Kirk, who won the popular... No, I can't remember how that worked.
Yeah.
No, anyway. So those are the things I'm reading. What about you?
If I had the choice over Kirk or Picard as president, it's probably going to Picard.
That makes sense.
So Kirk might be a little bit too gung-ho for my taste.
Yeah.
You want Kirk, if if we're in a World War II situation, maybe Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe you want Picard because he'd have that pose,
Yeah. Well, apparently in First Contact, he's running around clubbing people with pipes.
So who
it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
Janeway for president?
We'll fight in my hallways.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Have you seen White House Down?
White House Down?
Yeah.
No. Why'd you bring that up?
I don't know. Just thinking about action hero presidents.
Let's
talk about action hero presidents. You got
Harrison
Air Force
Ford.
One,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. Yep. You got White House Down. You got Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
Is that Aaron Eckhart?
Olympus Has Fallen. He's the president in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Jamie Foxx is the president in White House Down.
Is he?
Yeah.
I forgot. It's okay. Out of the
pretty
two
fun.
of those,
Yeah.
apparently, White House Down is the better one, but it made less money.
Yeah, I think so.
So I didn't see
White
either.
House Down is a lot more. It feels like a '90s like Die Hard type movie, and it never really tries to like be more than that in a good way. It's like, this is where we are. We're going to own it. Where I feel like Olympus Has Fallen tries a little bit more to be like, this is serious. So Air Force One's better than both of them.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Independence Day.
Oh yeah, that's
Bill
true.
Pullman.
He's not really an action hero.
He's out there in a fighter jet. He's shooting at aliens.
You're right.
How much more action does he need to get?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah.
he has to sit by his wife's dying bedside.
Yeah.
That's real
Yeah,
sad.
his wife, who's the president from Battlestar Galactica, so
Yeah.
a lot of power in that family.
Oh, she's pretty good at being an action star.
Oh, she's good too. You're right. Yeah,
I guess she doesn't club a lot of people over the heads.
I guess but she's tough.
Yeah,
she's tough.
She is tough.
Okay.
I guess when you think like action star president, can you imagine them with a steel pipe?
Yeah.
Beating who's ever like
Yeah, I've
breaking
seen
in.
First Contact. So
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
All right.
What about you? What have you been reading?
I read some comics.
Okay.
On my Marvel Unlimited app.
Okay.
Marvel.
Boy,
Unlimited.
you using that Unlimited app's really going to hurt our circulation numbers.
Now these are all Marvel comics.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I've read a lot of the stuff we
Checking
have.
them out. Okay, good for you.
We don't have. Look, if you want me to buy all 16 volumes
Nope.
of Exiles,
No.
for the
No, thank
library-
you.
So I read some Exiles.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Things have changed. So the
Really?
Exiles are no longer hopping from reality to reality,
Oh, boy.
trapped because
Okay.
they took over the game.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, when they went back to return Beak to Marvel 616, the main Marvel universe
Okay.
that everybody knows and love, guess what? It's during House of M. So they're like, what's going on? Everything's messed up. So they're about to leave. But Proteus, if you remember Proteus from the old Claremont X-Men, he's the one that can possess another mutant or human's body, but by doing so, he drains them of their life force. He's the one who can also change.
I know how he feels.
He can change the reality around him and everything.
Okay.
He gets out, and now he's going through universe to universe.
Yeah.
So now the Exiles are like, well, we gotta put a stop to this. So now they're chasing him and going to a whole bunch of different universes.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. They went to the new universe, which I guess was a thing Marvel did in the 80s where there were no superheroes whatsoever. And then there was one big event and a bunch of people, like 1,000 people
Okay.
got powers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to see if that's on the Marvel Unlimited app.
Okay.
The new universe. Also, I read, okay, I can say his name. Andrzej Sapkowski's The Time of Contempt.
Okay.
Time of Contempt. The Witcher Book 4.
All right.
Or 2, depending on who
Working
you're
your
talking
way
to.
through
Yeah.
The Witcher.
Man, this series has strayed from what I liked in the first 2 books
Yeah.
in a big way. They used to be like these fun retellings of like fairy tales and The Witcher going on these missions and like you get world building and character development,
Okay.
but like in pieces. And it was really cool and unique. And now it just kind of feels like a generic fantasy thing because they're like doing full novels.
Yeah.
But each chapter, there's only like 6 chapters in a book. So they're long chapters. And so the plot is constantly time jumping between those chapters. So like every time you get to a new chapter, it seems like you've missed huge important details. And it's very frustrating. It's like, oh, now he's captured. Oh, now she's lost in the desert. And it's just kind of like, how do we, it's hard to like be connected. It feels like a bunch of short stories
Okay.
that are,
That is, I have trouble
Yeah.
with those as well.
so yeah, every now and then, and yeah, he doesn't witch anymore. He doesn't witcher anymore.
Oh.
He doesn't like go after monsters or everything because he's dealing with these like political things. I'm like, this isn't why I got into the every now and then like the writing is good, really good. And you're like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then changes gears.
Yeah.
That's
All
frustrating.
that Tom Witchery.
Yeah. A lot of time not spent with
Witchering?
Geralt,
Oh.
the Witcher himself.
Did you say
like
Geralt?
Geralt.
Oh, Geralt.
Yeah, is his name.
Geralt.
But lots of time, like a lot of chapters where he just
Geralt.
doesn't show up. I'm
Okay.
like, this is The Witcher,
Yeah,
isn't it?
seriously.
I want to be like Jeff Goldblum.
Earth to Geralt.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Paging Mr. Geralt.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
I brought my Kindle up here
Okay.
because
No one asked you to.
but I brought it.
Oh, well, good. Okay.
I might read Abaddon's Gate next.
Oh.
That's the Expanse Book 3.
Book 3.
By James S.A. Corey.
Yes.
I have so much on this Kindle I got to read.
Good for you.
Because I've still got like 13
North
Wheel
of
of Time
Boston
books.
got you back into the old Kindle game, didn't it?
What was the last thing I read? I guess The Witcher. I've been reading The Witcher books
Oh,
on
you
these.
have. Okay. Oh, what do
Um,
I know?
Yeah, I've been using. I use this thing a lot.
Okay.
Just brought it up here to see if there's anything I wanted to talk about. I guess not.
All right.
Just a bunch of books I need to read.
Sure.
Our friend Ben Lehman,
Sure.
friend of the show, Ben Lehman,
Yeah, musician
musical artist
extraordinaire.
Yes, he on Goodreads is reading The Wise Man's Fear, or he either just finished it too. I can't remember which one I saw last.
Okay.
and I'm still only halfway done with that. If you remember me reading that about 3 years ago.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Are you gonna? You're gonna let Ben one up you like that?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Either I read this or I have to like sneak up behind him with a lead pipe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A la Picard.
yeah, I'll have a card.
Oh boy.
right.
All right. That's it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to read The War.
Of the Planet of the Apes.
No.
For the Planet of the Apes.
No.
Okay.
Whoa, now I'm confused. I need to read The War That Saved My Life.
Okay.
for a children's book club I'm doing. Not children's, young
Youth.
teens,
Yeah.
youth. And then I also need to read Booked, which is the soccer sequel to the crossover by
Kwame Alexander.
yes. So
Nice.
those
Is
are
that
things
in
I have to read.
our Book Madness, March Madness?
No, those
thing?
are in a book club.
Okay.
2 different book clubs.
You know,
I'm
but
doing.
we are doing our Book Madness program right now.
Yeah,
So you wanna talk a
actually,
little
week
about
1
that?
just ended.
Okay.
So next week,
Well, just give a little background on it.
basically, the elementary school is doing Book Madness. Kids get to vote on their favorite books. The books are put in brackets, so you get 2 books each bracket, and you vote on your favorite one, and then the winners move up a bracket, and so then you're choosing. And I remember seeing it's like Harry Potter 1 versus Lemony Snicket's 1, and so you have to choose which one.
Clash
And
of
then,
Titans.
so if Harry Potter wins, it's on the next rank, and it's going to go against the winners of the bracket there. So it's basically like a sports bracket. And we have all the books here in the collection to check out.
Yeah, we got a lot of copies.
But as the brackets move, we'll get rid of the ones that
Yeah,
are no
get 'em
longer
out.
on. Yeah,
Get
yeah.
them out.
I assume Lemony Snicket's goodbye. I
No
think.
time for losers.
Yeah,
Oh, you think Lemony Snicket's going to go?
yeah. Harry Potter
Yeah, I
one
guess
versus
with Harry
Lemony Snicket's
Potter,
one.
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff on there. There's some
Though,
graphics.
if I were going to reread one of those, it would be Lemony Snicket.
No, I hated Lemony Snicket,
Yeah,
so
you
it
did.
would be Harry Potter.
Yeah, for those of you curious, we did spotlights on both Lemony Snicket and Harry Potter.
Yeah. Bone Volume 1, Out of Bonesville.
Okay.
That's on there. That's pretty good.
Okay.
There's another graphic, Smiles
Raina
there.
Tugemeyer?
Yeah.
Okay. When I read to the 4th grade for Read Across America Day, I asked what their favorite book was, and several of them either said Sisters or Smile.
Nice.
So
Yeah. I ended up
big
getting us
Raina
more
Tugemeyer
copies. Yeah.
fans. I bragged that I'd met her at a couple of conferences, and they freaked out.
Really?
Yep.
A couple.
So, yeah, I ran into her also at ALA.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Where they're like, oh, you must be so cool then.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're like-
that one.
Yeah. Were they like, when you were leaving, like, if I shake your hand, is it like I'm shaking Raina Telgemeier's hand?
Yeah.
And then you just shook everybody's hand.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I also know Joyce Carol Oates. And they're like, who? And I just left. I just
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, they got to listen to the first 6 episodes of the podcast, and then every episode after that.
Right.
They'll know who Joyce
Then
Carol
they'll
Oates.
know. Then they'll know. I also met Jonathan Frakes once. So,
Oh, yeah.
Will Riker from
To get him to
Star
sign your
Trek: The Next
Gargoyles
Generation.
DVD.
No, he didn't sign
Man.
that. But my friend who was with me did have him sign a Gargoyles card.
Nice.
So,
There you go.
yep.
I met Stephen Bloom one time.
Yeah, had him sign voice of Wolverine and many other things.
Yes, I'd say his voice of Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop before
Yeah,
I
sure.
bring up Wolverine. But you're right, he has been Wolverine for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah. So that concludes our Book Madness section. Let's move into book news.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the long list for the Women's Fiction Prize.
This just
yet.
in.
That's coming later.
Books, Dead at 92.
Oh no! Oh, surrounded by their loved ones.
Yes. We'll be spending the next week retrospecting on books.
Yep. They had a
Having
good run.
interviews from loved ones.
They had a good
people who
run.
knew books.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you some things that are going to be coming to your shelves in the next couple of months. The 17,
My shelf specifically.
not yours. You're not going to want this.
Really?
The 17th Suspect by Maxine
James
Pietro.
A. Patterson.
Maxine Pietro and her assistant James Patterson.
Why did I say James A. Patterson?
I don't know.
Who's James A. anything?
I don't know.
James A. Garfield?
Yeah, James A. Garfield.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
President slain.
Yes.
James A.
Not an
Garfield.
action hero.
No, no.
Well, I mean, I guess he got shot.
He took a bullet. Yeah. And would have lived if they would have stopped sticking their fingers in that bullet hole.
Yeah, that's
True
true.
story.
Yeah.
True story. More beloved than Lincoln, as I recall. Yeah. Anyway, 17 Suspect is part of the Women's Murder Club. And look, folks, I don't have to tell you, these are super popular here at the David A. Howe Public Library. I don't like how I said super, so let's just redact that. But they're very popular. These are ones that we always have to get multiple copies because the holds list is a mile long. I personally don't like these. I haven't liked a single Maxine Pietro penned book that I've read, so what you gonna do? But the 17th Suspect, Women's Murder Club, appropriately number 17. Eric
Sorry.
just sneezed his vertebrae out of alignment.
Oh my gosh.
A series of shootings exposes San Francisco to a methodical yet unpredictable killer. And a
Oh, yeah, you
reluctant
hate that.
woman decides to put her trust in Sergeant Lindsay Boxer. Lindsay Boxer is a dog.
Okay.
A boxer.
Right.
So,
If you have a killer on your hands and he's methodical,
Yeah.
the last thing you want him to be is also unpredictable.
Yeah, that's
you want a
true.
very predictable, methodical killer.
Yeah.
Or unpredictable. No, I guess if he's unpredictable but also not methodical,
Yeah.
then it's just a mess.
that's a wild card.
Yeah, forget that.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Anyway, the confidential informant's tip leads Lindsay to disturbing conclusions, including that something has gone horribly wrong inside the police department
Oh, geez.
itself. Yeah, so pretty scary stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming out to you soon, and you better get on the list right now because you're not going to have this book for a couple of months.
Nice.
Thank you. New from Anne Perry.
Ah, murderer. Oh. you did,
I thought it, but I wasn't going to say
okay,
it.
well, you were nodding at me. Maybe she's not.
Yeah, I mean, she is, but...
Will we get in trouble for saying that? Is
No,
that libel?
I don't think so.
Libel's print.
No.
That's slander.
I mean, she's done her time, so... Anyway.
Okay.
New from Anne Perry, 21 Days. Now, this is a spin-off of her popular Thomas Pitt series.
Right.
We read one of these for book club, and this guy was not a fan. So 2 for 2 right now, I'm not liking.
All right.
But this follows Thomas Pitt's son, Daniel. In this first book in a new series, Daniel races to save his client from execution, setting him against London's Special Police Branch. And these are set, I want to say, in the 1800s.
What's driving me crazy right now
1900s?
is that I don't know any of the words to Daniel.
By Elton John?
Yeah.
Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane.
Yeah, I can't sing it.
Oh, okay.
How would it go?
Well, I know how to sing it.
Well,
but
I
It
can't.
doesn't really help.
I
the
know.
bit
But
if
no,
I
it's just
sing
no,
it.
it's fine. You can sing it because it's just driving me crazy. I'm like, how does it go? Go ahead.
Twisted Prey.
Oh, no.
By John Sanford. Lucas Davenport, number 28.
You have read a Sanford.
We did read one of these. Yeah. Yep. Sanford and Son. We read together. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid. We read one of these for book club. Big fan of the book club is a big fan of these.
Okay.
This guy
Yeah.
and Mrs. That guy are not fans.
All right. When he said this guy, he was pointing at himself, Nick. And when he said Mrs. This guy, he pointed at me, referring to my wife.
Yeah, who does not like, she's right with me. These books are too much.
Too gruesome?
Too gruesome.
Okay.
We read one and it was
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
It was plenty.
Was he like when the fish hook teared into his vertebrae and pulled out the sinews?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right on the money.
Okay.
Lucas Davenport confronts an old nemesis, now more powerful than ever as a U.S. senator. That's not great.
Yeah.
In the thrilling new novel in the #1 New York Times best-selling Prey series, Lucas Davenport had crossed paths with her before.
Ooh.
A rich psychopath. Taryn Grant had run successfully for the U.S. Senate. That sounds right. Where Lucas had predicted she'd fit right in. Burn! He was also convinced that she'd been responsible for 3 murders, though he'd never been able to prove it. Once a psychopath had gotten that kind of a rush, though, he or she often needed another fix, so he figured he might be seeing her again. Like, no qualms about calling her a psychopath, just openly. He was right. A federal marshal now with a very wide scope of investigation. He's heard rumors that Grant was found her seat on the Senate Intelligence Committee and the contacts she's made from it to be very useful.
Okay.
Pinning those rumors down was likely to be just as difficult as before and considerably more dangerous. But they had unfinished business, he and Grant. One way or the other, he was going to see it through to the end, which arguably is the only way to see it through.
I'm only going to see this through to the middle.
A little redundant.
Then I'm out. I just want to see how
I've
things
seen this
might
through
look.
to the midway point.
Yes.
And that's all.
I have a few theories of how things will go.
That is all for me.
Maybe Vader will be somebody's father.
So
maybe he's just the henchman. It doesn't matter.
At this point, I've seen it through to the level at which I'm comfortable.
Yep.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
All right. What's on the New York Times bestseller list?
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah.
Jumping to the New York Times bestsellers list with me and my friend Nick. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
That was random. I don't know
Yeah.
if you could tell that. That was all improv.
No, I could tell. We all could tell.
I've been taking improv classes.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Let's do a scene right now.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Eric, I was hoping to run into you. I have some clothes to pick up at the dry cleaners.
Hi, close friend.
Okay. I am close friend. Because in improv, you never say no. I am close friend.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think stick with the classes because I saw a spark there, but it really fell apart really quickly.
Oh man.
So
That's true. I did learn that you're always supposed to go.
yeah, you
Go
go
with the
with
flow,
it. You
yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, sure.
Take it
Let's
away.
just look it up. Well, here on the New York Times,
You have a
bestsellers
single
list-
tear just coming down.
because I'm scared of this improv.
Close friend is a handkerchief.
Sorry, I got scared.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yep.
And the tear went down.
Yep.
Number 10 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover. Can you guess? Nonfiction.
Just when I thought you were gonna zig, you said nonfiction.
Yeah.
So
Nonfiction is the obvious zag
It
of
is.
young adult fiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. This is back.
Well, it's being made into a movie.
Is it really?
Yeah.
With
Did you
Trevor
not know?
Noah?
No, from Black Panther, Lupita Nyong'o is playing Trevor Noah's mother
Uh-huh.
in the movie
Okay.
and,
I didn't
and producing it.
I didn't
So
hear of that.
It's
Cool.
gotten a lot of play lately. Yep.
Well, it's back then.
Yeah,
and I'm
sure
sure
is.
it will be back
Yeah.
again.
She's from other things besides Black Panther, but
12 Years a Slave. The chess movie I never saw.
Queen of Katwe.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And Star Wars. She's Maz.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you count somebody as being in the movie when they're CGI? Like, do you say Vin Diesel is in Guardians of the Galaxy? Bradley
know.
Cooper's in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Do they do like motion capture? I feel like if they're doing motion capture and you're actually like seeing that person.
I think Vin Diesel did it for the first Guardians.
Okay.
So,
I don't know.
okay. Number 9, The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. This has stayed here for a while. She was so funny at the Oscars.
She was.
Number 8, Killers of the Flower Moon by David Gran. This is back too. This has all moved up. A bunch of stuff moved up. Unfortunately, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry moved down.
Yeah.
But it's been here for 44
Hey,
weeks.
Did you ever? You finished that, but did we ever talk about it? I don't think
I think we did last week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because you rated it low, right? You gave it like 3 stars.
Is that low?
Well,
I liked it, but
okay.
yeah, we talked about this. I don't understand the physics
Okay.
of astrophysics.
Maybe
I understand.
maybe you were in too much of a
Yeah.
hurry.
I understand. Like, I like astrology. I like talking about planets. What?
So if you're like a Pisces.
Oh, no, I meant astronomy.
Oh, okay.
Darn it.
That makes more sense. Is Neil deGrasse Tyson into astrology?
Darn it. I had 2 choices and I picked
weird.
the wrong one.
Yep.
I just read this science book and now I look like a fool.
No.
Ugh. Anyway, I like when we're talking about planets and stars and the size of the universe and all of that kind of stuff. I like talking about, water on Mars and how gravity affects mountains and everything.
Yeah. Listen, I just checked your horoscope.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like, according to your horoscope,
Uh-huh.
you may or may not be coming into a large sum of money.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm going to sell everything.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to sell all my
horoscope
junk
says it,
so I can
so-
buy new stuff.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank.
I
Or
quit. See you later.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
I quit and I'm moving to
High
California.
Stakes. High stakes.
Already rented a van,
Okay.
a moving van.
I've got a whole list of people who want to take your place on the podcast. So,
Really?
yep.
Give me this list.
Ben Murphy, for one.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can think of.
All right.
There's probably others.
Well, does Ben know that to take my place on this host list, we have to battle it out in a Thunderdome-like arena?
I think you'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's choose your own weapon, but there's a random selection of weapons in Thunderdome.
Okay.
I might go for the chainsaw. It's served me well in the past. Yeah.
Right for the chainsaw.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been here for 130 whatever episodes because I went for the axe.
That's true.
So
That is true.
it's like a John Sanford novel in that Thunderdome. Let me
Really?
tell you. Oh yeah.
Really?
Number 6, Enlightenment Now by Steven Pinker. Hey, I finally watched the last episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, you did?
And by watched it, I meant fell asleep halfway through because it's real bad.
A bit of a snooze fest?
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's not a great way to go out.
No, I fell asleep during like the courtroom, and it's just a
Most of
recap.
it's the courtroom.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Everything about it's so
It's a
weird.
weird choice.
It's filmed
Yeah.
weird. It doesn't feel like an episode of
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
I'm kind of surprised they felt like doing like a finale.
Yeah.
Sort of seems
It
counter
also
to what they do.
felt like they were going back to like their earlier like season 2 or 3 mentality of like jokes.
Well, Larry David had been gone for a long time at that point and came back to do the finale, so
Yeah.
there's probably some of that.
Number 5, Obama by Peter Souza. Number 4, Educated by Tara Westover. Oh, we haven't been here since this book got on here. The daughter of a survivalist who is kept out of school educates herself enough to leave home for university. Scary. Number 3, Skin in the Game by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, an argument for taking on risk. Now, if you remember, if you have snakes in the game, you also have skin in the game.
You have skin and snakes.
because snakes shed their skin
Yep.
many times over
That's
their
true.
life.
Many times.
So you have a lot of snake skin in the game.
Yep.
Or you're not playing the game.
Yep. Yeah.
If you get snake
You know what?
eyes,
Hate the player, not the game.
yeah,
No, hate the game, not the player. You know what? I think you decide.
yeah. If you get snake eyes when you got snake skin in the game,
Yeah.
what do you?
Yeah,
Is
and
that good?
And if you get boxcars, forget about it.
Boxcars, which is those? Is that
It's
all
the-
sixes? Double sixes?
It's double sixes when you live with your grandpa in a boxcar.
Number 2, I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara.
Spooky.
Namara. The late true crime journalist search for the serial murderer and rapist known as the Golden State Killer.
Yowzer.
Yeesh. Well, it's new this week, and it debuted at number 2.
Spooky.
Fire and Fury at number 1 by Michael Wolff.
Whatever.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to have, and this stands for Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to have the name Wolf unless you have Wolf in your family.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're like, hi, this is my mom. She's 50% Italian, and this is my dad. He's a timber wolf.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you could be Wolf Blitzer.
Then you could say it.
So,
Otherwise, it's misleading.
yeah, it's false
Yeah,
advertising.
it sure is.
Oh, hi, I'm Lion Jackson.
You're not a lion. You don't even look anything like a lion.
Look,
Get out.
at first I thought Lion Jackson was the interesting character. Now I want to know who the heck that was.
He knows what he likes.
Who the heck?
That's close friend.
Has
Close
the gall just to tell somebody get out of there. You're not a lion. Get out of here. Jeez, so sassy.
Yeah.
I want to go to the movies with that guy.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
He would not tolerate people
No
talking
suspension
in that
of
movie.
disbelief either. Yeah.
Uh-uh.
It's like, how's he flying? He ain't got wings.
Yeah. I don't remember him gassing up that car for the last 3 days.
Yeah. All right, hardcover fiction.
Okay.
Number 10, Origin, Dan Brown, still here, never
Yeah.
going away.
Hanging on. Hanging on.
That John Grisham
I
book?
need a symbologist Robert Langdon to crack the code on why this book is still here.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the next book.
Yeah. Thank you.
John Grisham's Rooster Bar, down to 15. Huh. Hey, The Wife Between Us is at number 11.
Okay.
But back to the main list. Number 10 is...
You know, actually, that because I was on the list, and given what it's like in like word of mouth and stuff, I'm a little surprised. We'll see if that one pops back up.
I think it will.
Because I think it's
been here for
gaining
8
some
weeks.
momentum.
Yeah, it just moved up from wherever it was to 11th.
Okay.
So that's how you get up to the top. You slowly crawl, waiting for everybody at the top to die.
Yep.
And then you take their place.
That's how it works, yeah.
That's how you become king.
100%.
All right, so number 10 was Origin. We don't know why that's still there. People love it. It's been there for 22 weeks.
That's a lot of
It's
weeks.
massive. I don't understand
So
how
many
people like
weeks.
pick up Origin and say, I've got time for this. Sorry. Number 9, The Hush by John Hart. So this is obviously the biography of Hush from Batman.
Oh, wow.
No, it's
Okay.
not. It's by John Hart. It's Johnny Merriman fights to keep 6,000 acres of once sacred land in North Carolina he inherited.
Okay.
So I'm sure there's a lot of scenes with him like with a shotgun, drawing a line in the sand with his foot. It's like, you can come get my land if you dare. And then blam.
Tough.
Then it will end,
Tough.
like that chapter will end with gunshot.
Is this guy part lion?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
he's
forget it.
John Hart.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. I don't even know if he's part John. So.
But he's all heart.
Number 8, Steal Me, Jojo Moyes. Been here for 5 weeks. Did I say it weird again?
No, you said Jojo Moyes.
Okay. It's when I say Joy Moyes.
Yeah, it's when you sound like you're on a pogo stick.
Yeah.
Joy Moyes.
Okay.
And you also say Percy Jackson.
I say Percy.
No, you
Percy
don't.
Jackson.
That's the first
what I
time
say
you've
now.
ever
I
said
say
Percy Jackson.
No.
No,
and the Lion's
we
Den.
were just over there in the YA section. You were like, the problem is I can't move these Percy Jackson books downstairs. They're too popular.
Number 7, Before We Were Yours, Lisa Wingate. Number 6, new this week, Raspberry, Danish Murder
Raspberry by Carol Channing.
by Joanne Fluke.
Oh, okay, different. Different.
After her husband disappears, Hannah Swenson Barton searches for a killer while trying to fulfill holiday baking orders.
Oh,
Listen,
you got to prioritize, Hannah.
I'm just kind of annoyed because without my glasses and reading as fast as I was, while for a second looked like whale.
Oh.
So I thought she was searching for a killer whale.
Wow.
Trying to fulfill holiday baking
Wow,
orders.
that's a mashup right there.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Little Fires Everywhere is at number 5. It's moved up 24 weeks.
Yeah.
That's you reacting to Little Fires
You know what?
Everywhere.
I have a hold on that in overdrive, and there are 12 holds ahead of me. So I'm never going to get this book. That's it.
Okay, I was expecting
relating
when you were
I'm
going to say a
just
number.
relating a personal anecdote. That's it.
You were going to list the number, and I was expecting something much higher.
Oh, like
than,
128 holds?
Yeah.
No, just 12. But that's pretty high.
Yeah, that's still good.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm going to take the hold off your account. You're going to have to
Don't you
redo it.
dare.
Number 4, An American Marriage by Tareya Jones.
This is where the husband goes to prison for 10 years?
12 years.
Oh, wow.
12 years in prison.
That's a dozen
That's how you have an American marriage.
with 12 years.
12 years in prison, yeah.
12 years in prison.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't matter really which one.
I think any long incarceration probably would do.
It's worrisome because I've been married for 5, and my wife still hasn't gone to prison, and I haven't gone to prison.
Boy.
So it's kind of like, look to your left.
Right. Yeah.
Is your spouse in prison?
Yeah.
If not, you're probably going
Yeah,
to prison.
You're probably heading there.
So, number 3, The Woman in the
American
Window.
Marriage. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Woman in the Window, AJ Finn.
Yeah.
I guess you're just checking boxes on this New York Times bestsellers list.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, 50/50 by James Patterson and Candace Fox.
Yes, right there on my desk. It's for my wife. She loves that series.
Are you going to read it?
Well, I haven't read any of them, and that's like book 3.
That would have been another check.
It would
for
have
you.
been. Well, I'm going to read Origin someday. And I'm
gonna-
trying to read Little Fires Everywhere. Those 12 stingy people ahead of me would just speed it up.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets it for a year while they're in prison
Oh,
for their American marriage.
right.
So,
12.
Yeah.
12.
Number 1, The Great Alone by Kristen Henna. He has been here 4 weeks. Hasn't left the top spot.
Strong.
This is the one about the Vietnam veteran
Yep.
who moves his family to Alaska, and they face tough conditions.
Yeah, hope you like fish paste.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of your diet now, kids.
Grizzly bears.
Grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just grizzly bears? Polar bears, too.
In Alaska, never
Yeah.
been. I've
Okay.
never been.
It seems like if you're dealing with polar bears and grizzly bears,
Yeah.
like you'd almost be relaxed when you
Yeah.
see like a black bear just wandering. You're like, oh, thank goodness, it's just a black bear.
Right, what if you run into oh darn it, I forgot her name. Let me take it again.
Okay.
What if you run into Sarah Palin? Then what do you
Oh, sure.
do you run or do you
I don't know.
do you play dead or is it no, which one is it? Is it a fight or flight situation?
Is it
You
a
run
fight or
into-
flight
if
situation?
You run
if you
into Sarah Palin.
All right.
In the wild. What would you say as an
In the
animal,
wild,
as an animal expert?
what is she holding? Rifle or hockey stick?
I know that she has a brightly colored vest on. That's all I know. That's all I know.
I'm gonna run.
Run? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right, you betcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you know if you live in Alaska
Yes.
and there's just polar bears like walking in your
Is
backyard?
that true? Are there polar bears in Alaska?
Surely there's grizzly
I don't-
bears.
like, yeah, probably bears of some kind.
All right. Just want you to know, polar bears are the world's largest carnivore.
Are they now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, land carnivore.
All right.
I don't know if I imagine they're bigger than some sharks. What?
ABC News: Alaskan town's polar bear problem leads to tourist boom. So, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Polar
Well,
bears everywhere.
More tourists ain't more problem. No, wait. More. Hold on.
It's Mo.
Mo tourists
First of all,
is good.
Yeah.
So you can't say mo polar bears, mo problems.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Mo polar bears, mo money.
okay. I thought you were going to say Mo tourists, but that's fine.
No, but mo
We should
money.
consult with Charlie Sheen. I think.
But then
Probably
mo
the
money
answer.
makes more problems.
It sure does.
So,
Sure does. It's an if-then situation.
was that a stupid thing we just did for 2 seconds?
I think so.
Okay. I can't believe you didn't trust me on my animal facts. Like, oh, where do polar bears
Well,
live?
you didn't seem confident.
Well, I'm
and
saying,
and it seemed
I
wrong.
think they have to deal with both.
Look, it's,
Two of the
it's a
world's
tourist
largest
boom.
bears.
It's a tourism boom in Alaska.
Yeah. Okay.
So
It's funny that like polar bears in your backyard is a tourist boom, but if I told you that this beach is full of great white, you're like,
yeah,
no, thank you.
yeah,
You're not going to tour the waters.
no way, no way.
That is not a good way to go, I assume.
Being eaten by a shark?
Specifically, great white.
Well, hey, I've seen all 4 Jaws movies, and let
All
me tell you,
4?
it's not.
Have you seen all 4?
I sure have. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Would you like a quick rundown? Number 1, great movie.
Yes.
Number 2, garbage.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Here we go.
Dennis Quaid,
Uh-huh.
kind of fun.
All right.
Number 4, garbage, but in the so bad it's good situation.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks, man.
Number 1's a great movie, though.
Yeah. Well, no,
Richard
no.
Dreyfuss is like, it's a shark.
Yeah.
pretty
yeah.
good.
And the mayor's like,
Anyway.
shut up, I'll kill you if you say shark.
Yeah.
I'll feed it to the
Pretty
shark.
much. We want a tourism boom like Alaska and their polar bears. We live near a town called Amity, which I always think of Jaws when I drive through there.
But we are so far from the
Yeah,
ocean.
you're right.
We're safe from sharks, unless
Yeah, I
there's a
think so.
Sharknado.
A land shark situation.
Yeah, land
So-
shark delivering you pizza.
Candy Graham.
Pizza. I didn't order any pizza. Land shark.
Dated reference? I feel like that's so dated that it's like vintage now.
No, I think land shark's like an evergreen thing.
Oh, really? It still stays
yeah.
true.
I think if we're
Disagree,
the
but-
ones, if we're like when you're the one making the land shark reference,
Yeah.
you're the cool one in the room.
Really?
I've always lived my life that way.
Really?
Yeah. Land shark is never not funny. It's just
Okay.
so funny.
Okay.
Land shark. Land shark.
My favorite one is when she's like, "No way, you're that shark," and he's like, "I'm only a dolphin, ma'am." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. It's just
Oh, classics. Don't we have the first season of SNL right here in the collection?
the first season.
I think we do.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a couple of seasons.
Was that first season?
Come check it out. That's early. I think that's Chevy Chase. So it's got to be the first season.
Chevy Chase is the land shark?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I almost thought it was
Dan
Belushi.
Aykroyd?
No,
Oh,
Belushi.
okay. Well,
So
who knows?
I haven't watched any Belushi
Yeah.
seasons.
Yep.
Nic and Eric present the awards.
Well, today we're going to be talking about the Women's Prize for Fiction.
That's right.
The
You said that at the beginning of the episode.
I did, the 2018 award. So as you recall, from last year's episode, we covered the winners, and it was The Power by Naomi Alderman.
And guess what?
What?
The library has the power.
It sure does. Boom.
It's got the power.
Boom, 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 boom.
I only know the lines. It's got
Yeah,
the power.
that's all I know. That's all anyone knows. I haven't read it. My wife was a big fan, though.
Okay.
So she liked it. And, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
boy. Oh, boy.
Sorry.
I walked right into it. Okay.
Because It's Got the Power.
Lay it on me.
A remix version of that played during the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Reminded me that Jason from the Power Rangers movie we just saw.
Yeah.
Is in Stranger Things season 2.
Fun.
And he plays a jerk.
And Kimberly from that movie is going to play Jasmine in the live-action Aladdin.
Let's move on.
Okay. Anyway, The Power by Naomi Alderman, which we do have in the collection.
We have the power
And
in our collection.
if you recall from a couple episodes back when we were talking
Yeah.
about bestsellers of 2017, The Power was up there. So
The power's up there.
I think it's winning this prize actually did elevate its profile enough
Yeah.
to sort of become one of the bestsellers of the
Well,
year.
I think it was
So,
on other places too.
Yeah.
And it definitely had a
it had
big
kind of an
push.
awards boost, definitely. So if you haven't read that, you can read that and a great many back winners here in our collection as well. So how this works is the long list is announced in March. It's whittled down to a short list in April, and then the actual prize is given in June 6th, actually.
The prize,
June 6th.
ironically, the princess is hand in marriage.
Huh.
It's very confusing,
That's
this award.
backwards.
Yeah.
They need to straighten up their priorities there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we will cover the winners when it comes out. But in the meantime, they've pulled together a list of about 16 high-profile books by female authors. So let me give you a little bit here. The Women's Prize for Fiction is the UK's most prestigious annual book award for
Is this
fiction.
UK?
It is.
Did we talk about this last year?
Yeah, for fiction written by a woman. Founded in 1996, the prize was set up to celebrate excellence, originality, and accessibility in writing by women throughout the world. So it's based in the UK, but it's not limited to having been written in
I did
the
not
UK.
remember that
Oh, yeah.
that bit about it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter where the book is written or published. It can come here. So you can find out about all of these and more at womensprizeforfiction.co.uk. So you can find that, and we'll link to it in the podcast as
Okay.
well. So let's get cracking.
All right.
Let's start with A Boy in Winter. This is by Rachel Seifert. And again, this is the long list for the Women's Prize for Fiction. So I'll tell you a little bit about this one. Early on, a gray November morning in 1941, only weeks after the German invasion, a small Ukrainian town is overrun by the SS. Penned in with his fellow Jews under threat of transportation, Ephraim anxiously awaits word of his 2 sons missing since daybreak. Come in search of her lover to fetch him home again, away from the invaders, Yasia confronts new and harsh truths about those closest to her. Here to avoid a war he considers criminal, German engineer Otto Pohl is faced with an even greater crime unfolding behind the lines and no one but himself to turn to. In the midst of all this is Yankel, a boy who must throw his chances of surviving to strangers.
You don't want to have to do that.
No,
though.
you don't. No, you don't. You want to take the next one? Happy?
Oh, that's the way we're going.
It's kind of confusing.
Okay. Happy. Let's
Yeah,
head
I can
over
take
there.
it if you're not
No,
there.
I was on the other end. I thought
I
we
see.
were My Fair Ladying this list.
Oh, I
There's
see.
a big list.
Sure.
I thought you were starting on the left.
That's
I was
fine.
starting on the right, and we'd meet in the middle.
Any way you want it.
So
That's the way you need it.
yeah. All right, because I was going to say Jemison Ward's "Sing Unburied Sing,"
Oh, cool.
which Margaret Atwood says a must.
Yeah, well,
We've talked about this. This is the story of the boy who has to go meet his father, who's released from prison, and so they're traveling across the country.
yeah, well, this won the National Book Award for Fiction and it's been shortlisted on a lot of other things, too.
Yes.
So,
So this is Jemison Ward's "Sing Unburied Sing." Sort of a road trip, probably real depressing.
okay. Well, and we'll say Happy by Nicola Barker. So this one, it's stylized with H, and then the A is in parentheses, PPY. Imagine a perfect world where everything is known, where everything is open, where there can be no doubt, no hatred, no poverty, no greed. Imagine a system which both nurtures and protects, a community which nourishes and sustains, an infinite world, a world without sickness, without death, a world without God, a world without fear.
All right, so this is by John Lennon.
Yeah, Nicola Barker, actually.
Oh,
But I don't remember this one. This wasn't one
it's
that
the song where he's like,
Yes, I
"Imagine
remember
there's
the
no
song,
war."
Imagine. I remember that. But I don't remember reading about this book.
All
Do
right.
you? Do you remember when it came out?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
All right.
can't remember this.
What else we got?
The Trick to Time by Kit DeWall.
Oh, I like that title.
Mona is a young Irish girl in the big city, with the thrill of a new job in a room of her own in a busy boarding house. On her first night out in 1970s, she meets William, a charming Irish boy with an easy smile and an open face. Oh, geez, this isn't going to go well. They embark upon a passionate affair, a whirlwind marriage, before a sudden tragedy tears them apart. Turns out, Will is a ghost.
Is that true?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Decades later, Mona pieces together the
Boy, you
memories.
had me for a minute there.
But can she ever love again? So something obviously happens
Yeah.
to Will. So in a sense, he is a ghost.
He is a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have The Idiot by Elif Boutman.
You had the setup right there. I would have been like, next we have the idiot. Nick, take it away.
Hurtful.
But you did it.
Silent, a tall, highly strung Turkish American from New Jersey, turns up at Harvard and finds herself dangerously overwhelmed by the challenge and possibilities of adulthood. She studies linguistics and literature, teaches ESL, and spends a lot of time thinking about what language and languages can do. Along the way, she befriends Svetlana, a cosmopolitan Serb
Probably
that
should just call her
obsesses
Lana.
over Ivan, a mathematician from Hungary. The two conduct a hilarious relationship that culminates with Selin spending the summer teaching English in a Hungarian village and enduring a series of surprising excursions. Throughout her journey, Selin ponders profound questions about how culture and language shape who we are now, how difficult to be a writer, and how baffling love is. That one's not really working for me. Did that sound interesting to you?
Not really. Home Fire by Camila Shamsi. I've probably said that wrong. I apologize to every name I ever mispronounce. Isma is free. After years spent raising her twin siblings in the wake of their mother's death, she resumes a dream long deferred, studying in America.
Oh. Yeah.
If you want.
What year is that?
But she can't stop worrying about Aniki, her beautiful, headstrong sister back in London, or their brother, Parvez, who's disappeared in pursuit of his own dream to prove himself to the dark legacy of his jihadist father he never knew.
There's a lot going on in this book.
Sure is. Well, then Iman enters the sisters' lives. Handsome and privileged, he inhabits a London worlds away from theirs. As the son of a powerful British Muslim politician, Iman has his own birthright to live up to, or defy. The fates of these two families are inextricably, devastatingly entwined in this searing novel that asks, what sacrifices will we make in the name of love?
What do you think?
There is a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
It took me a while. I'm like, oh, he's like having his own
Yeah.
separate story.
That could be, that can be the downfall of a book if there's too much going on. But,
Yeah.
if it's expertly woven together, then good for her. 3 Things About Elsie by Joanna Cannon. Already, I'm interested in this book.
One, she's tall.
Okay.
Taller than most people. Taller than when you say, I'm tall,
Yeah.
she's taller than that.
Really
We're talking 6'4", 6'5".
Wow, that is taller than most people.
And she hit that like in high school.
Okay.
So it's been a tough life.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Good luck finding
Yeah.
a prom date
Yeah.
just because she's so tall.
Yeah.
Would you feel weird about, like in high school, if a girl was way taller than you? Would that be intimidating to you, or would you not care?
Personal question.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No,
Never
I
mind.
probably wouldn't have
Just
cared.
curious. It never came up for me, so.
Though
don't
I
know.
wasn't,
I think I would have been
I
fine.
don't know when I reached my full height. So
Maybe-
6'5"
maybe
is
not
still
yet.
5 inches taller than
Growing
me.
like a weed over there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Because I drink so much milk.
Probably. Anyway, this book I'm interested in.
All right.
I'm going to tell you right off the bat.
Yeah.
3 Things About Elsie by Joanna Cannon. 84-year-old Florence has fallen in her flat at Cherry Tree Home for the elderly.
Geez.
As she waits to be rescued, Florence wonders if a terrible secret from her past is about to come to light. And if the charming new resident is who he claims to be, why does he look exactly like a man who died 60 years ago?
Second thing
Right?
about her.
Okay.
She doesn't own her car. It's actually a stolen car that she tricked everybody into believing that she
Elsie.
bought when she was in high school.
Wow.
The owner has never found that car because she got it a paint job. It used to be black. Now it's blue.
Is that the third thing? The paint job?
No, that's the second thing.
Second thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Are you into this?
I am, yeah.
All
I
right.
like it. I like the idea of the frame story of her just being like trapped like a turtle. And I like the intrigue about
All
it.
right.
So, yeah.
Third thing, she learned French without telling anyone. She never speaks it, but she understands it when she's around people
I
speaking
like
French.
that. See, that's fun. That's
All right.
fun. That's a good thing to keep under your hat.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
See what I have done.
No thanks.
See the marvels I have created. No, the book is really called See What I Have Done.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with me.
All right.
It's by Sarah Schmidt. Just after 11 a.m. on the 4th of August, 1892, the bodies of Andrew and Abby Borden are discovered.
Danger.
Oh, geez. He's found in the sitting
Danger,
room
Will
sofa.
Robinson.
She's upstairs on the bedroom floor, both murdered with an axe. It is younger daughter Lizzie who is first on the scene, so it's Lizzie who the police first question. But there are others in the household with stories to tell. Older sister Emma, Irish maid Bridget, the girl's Uncle John, and a boy who knows more than anyone realizes because he speaks French and he's never told
Never
anyone.
told anyone and is very tall.
This one may have clicked with me a little bit there.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would not have expected that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. The idea that it's just a bunch of different people who might have done the murder. What if it's one of those things where they all did the murder in their own little
yes.
ways? Like, I poisoned him, but before the poison could take effect, she shot him through the head.
Right.
So,
Okay. Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, do you still know the rhyme? Lizzie
What?
Borden took an axe, gave her father 40 whacks.
Oh, I don't think I
When she
know
seen what
this.
she had done, gave her mother 41.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yikes. Okay. Miss Burma by Charmaine Craig. Based on the lives of the author's mother and grandparents, Miss Burma tells the story of modern-day Burma through the eyes of one family struggling to find love, justice, and meaning during a time of war and political repression.
Thought you were going to end with trying to find love in Burma because you said Burma like 8 times.
I did say Burma a lot, yeah, but that's the way it is.
Okay.
All right.
The Ministry of Utmost Happiness.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
out. Oh.
Yeah.
Twist in the road.
Well, I picked this up in the bookstore a few times
Mm-hmm.
and read the first chapter or so. This is one I really wanted to read. Actually, before we decided to go with the
Dante Roy, maybe.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce the name.
before we decided to go for the patron pick book club instead of the page turner, this was on the page turner book club,
Ooh.
so I put it in as a suggestion. We'll see if we draw it.
All right.
because I do want to read it.
The Ministry of Utmost Happiness is once an aching love story and a decisive remonstration. It is told in a whisper, in a shout, through tears, and sometimes with a laugh. Its heroes
Sounds
are
like a Nick Cage movie. Either whispers or shouting,
Yeah.
tears, laughter.
Yep. Its heroes are people who have been broken by the world they live in and then rescued, mended by love and by hope. For this reason, they are steely as they are fragile, and they never surrender until they give up. But then they stand tall
You're just freestyling now. Okay,
Yes.
that was Eric's beat poetry there.
They are both wise
Well,
yet foolish.
I'll tell you that synopsis turned me in the other direction,
Okay.
but I still want to read
Well,
it.
that's not really a synopsis of the book. That's somebody trying to get too like prosy for their own good.
Oh, all
there.
right.
I
Trying
don't.
to get down to the heart of the matter.
Yeah, they're like, this is a story of love, hate, respect, truth.
I love that guy. That guy and the guy who calls out the lying liars.
Yeah, they should have a book club.
Yeah, they should.
What's this book
Absolutely.
about? Family,
Absolutely.
commitment.
Sorry, see, I've
we're
already
being
been
too loud.
I've been burned by this next author. So,
Okay, go ahead. Who's this burn author?
Manhattan Beach by Jennifer Egan.
Oh yes, this is the only one I've heard of. No, we've heard of Sing Unburied Sing. So there's 2 books I've heard of.
Pulitzer Prize winner Jennifer Egan, who won for A Visit from the Goon Squad, which
Oh
just
right,
did
yeah,
not
you
work
loved it.
for me.
You hated it.
I did.
You love to hate it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Anyway, Manhattan Beach is the title of her latest. Anna
Right.
Kerrigan, nearly 12 years old, accompanies her father to visit Dexter Stiles, a man who she gleans is crucial to the survival of her father and her family. She's mesmerized by the sea beyond the house and by some charged mystery between the two men.
Did you just make it look like she was being hypnotized?
Like a mesmerized.
Yeah.
Years
Dancing.
later, her father has disappeared and the country is at war. Anna works at the Brooklyn Naval Yard where women are allowed to hold jobs that once belonged to men. Now soldiers abroad. She becomes the first female diver, the most dangerous and exclusive of occupations, repairing the ships that will help America win the war. One evening at a nightclub, she meets Dexter Stiles again and begins to understand the complexity of her father's life and the reasons he might have vanished. Okay, well, now that sounds good. So who knows? I don't know. I'm in the weeds with Jennifer Egan.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're in the weeds.
So, that sounds good. The other one sounded bad. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Up is down. I don't know. What do you got next?
Elmet.
Like, I forgot me helmet, governor.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, by Fiona Mosley.
All right.
Daniel. Darn it. Daniel is a.
Traveling tonight on a plane. No? Daniel says it's a... No. I'm
How's
not
the
gonna do it.
chorus go?
Oh. Whoa, Daniel, my brother. You are nothing older than me.
No, I don't know
Okay.
it at all.
Then you don't know the song.
Okay. Daniel is heading north.
Yep.
He's looking for someone. The simplicity of his early life with Daddy and Kathy has turned sour and fearful. They lived apart in the house that Daddy built for them with their bare hands. Look. With the repeated phrase "Daddy,"
Daddy.
I'm freaking out.
You're not gonna. Okay.
They forged
You want me
and
to take
they
it?
forged and hunted. When they were younger, Daniel and Kathy had gone to school, but they were not like other children then, and they were even less like them now. Sometimes Daddy disappeared and would return with rage in his eyes. But when he was at home, he was at peace. He told them in the little Copsey and Emmett was their home. Ah, my gosh. But that wasn't true. Local men, greedy and watchful, began to circle like vultures. All the while, the terrible violence in Daddy grew.
Yowzer.
Look.
No, thank you.
Yeah. When adults refer to somebody as daddy, I'm out.
You don't
I'm
like
just
it.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when they live alone in the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
You mustn't spill milk on the floor. Daddy will be most cross.
Yeah, that is spooky.
Yes.
That's spooky. Okay. The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock.
Hey, all right.
It's a Shape of Water situation.
Oh my gosh.
So look out.
Way to go, Miss Hancock.
This is by Imogene Hermes Goar. One September evening in 1785, the merchant Jonah Hancock, not Jonah Hex, Jonah Hancock hears urgent knocking on the front door. One of his captains is waiting eagerly on the steps. He has sold Jonah's ship for what appears to be
A mermaid.
a mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
As gossip spreads through the docks, coffee shops, parlors, and brothels, everyone wants to see Mr. Hancock's marvel. Its arrival spins out of his ordinary existence and through the doors of high society. At an opulent party, he makes the acquaintance of Angelica Neal, the most desirable woman he has
Eliza.
ever laid eyes on, and a courtesan of a great accomplishment.
Well, what's he want? If he can't be happy with a mermaid, he thinks he's going to be happy just with this little
This
debutante?
lady. The meeting will steer their lives on a dangerous new course. What will be the cost of their ambitions? And will they be able to escape the destruction powerful mermaids are said to possess?
So wait.
That got weird in the end.
His life is going to go on a dangerous path, not because of the mermaid,
Yeah.
but because he just meets this girl at a social club?
Will they be able to escape the destructive power mermaids are said to possess?
Right, right.
So,
But things don't get dangerous until he meets her.
I feel like a fool because I'm learning for the first time that mermaids
Have destructive
have
power.
a destructive power.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, they can be very coy.
I thought they just like sang.
No, mermaids are very flippant with emotions.
Really?
They're very fickle. They'll take you or leave you.
They don't care
yeah.
about me.
No matter how much you try to love them, forget it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Give them everything they want. Doesn't matter.
Really?
The ocean calls.
You know what? You sound like you've been burned
Once before,
in
yeah.
the past.
Yeah. Well,
What
I
else
guess I just wanted to know what the people know.
Yeah. You want to see them dancing.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Take it.
when I hit you, or a portrait of the writer as a young wife.
Well, you got two options.
Well, this sucks. Thanks for letting me read this one. Seduced by politics, poetry, and an enduring dream of building a better world together, a young woman falls in love with a university professor. Bad idea. Marrying him and moving to a rain-washed coastal town, she swiftly learns...
This sounds like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Yeah, this is Safe Haven. She swiftly learns that what for her is a bond of love is for him a contract of ownership. As he sets about bullying her in his ideal of an obedient wife and devouring her ambitions of being a writer in the progress, she begins to push back. A resistance he resolves to break with violence and rape.
Jeez.
I don't like reading these summaries, Nick.
Hey, I said left to right. You were the one who wanted to go right to left. So if you have anyone to blame, it's yourself.
Well, Mina Candesimi.
What?
Canned...
What are you doing?
Candesimi. Candesimi. Mina Candesimi. I'm reading the author's name.
Oh, is that what you're doing? I thought you were reading an eye chart. That's insane. Sight.
You're insane.
By Jesse Greengrass. Sight by Jesse Greengrass. In Sight, a woman recounts her progress to motherhood while remembering the death of her own mother and her childhood summer she spent with her psychoanalyst grandmother.
How can I be a mother? I have no mother of my own.
Woven among these personal recollections are significant events in medical history.
Uh-huh.
Wilhelm Röntgen's discovery of the X-ray and his production of an image of his wife's hand.
Oh.
Sigmund Freud's development of psychoanalysis and the work he did with his daughter Anna. John Hunter's attempt to set surgery on a scientific footing and his work as a collaborator with his brother William, and the artist Jan van Rimsdijk on the anatomy of pregnant bodies. What emerges is the realization that while the search for understanding might not lead us to an absolute truth, it is an end in itself.
All right. Paging Dr. Pretentious. What is the results, Dr. Pretentious? Oh, this book? It's pretentious.
Oh, okay. You got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty aggressive. Pretty insulting.
All right. So this is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman.
I like the
I
title.
imagine
I like
Eleanor
titles like that.
Oliphant is Timothy Oliphant's mother.
Okay.
With Eleanor, I assume that's the mother.
Probably.
Is it what would,
Or like a hipster.
Oh, sure.
family.
Eleanor, what do you shorten that to?
Ellie?
Okay.
Lenore?
Ellen?
Nora?
Nora?
A lot of options, I guess is
All
what
right.
we're saying.
Eleanor Oliphant leads a simple life. She wears the same clothes to work every day, eats the same meal for lunch every day, and busies the same 2 bottles of vodka to drink every weekend.
I think it's buys, but
Oh, it is buys.
Okay.
Well, I thought she busies them by like, I'm
she
constantly
does.
drinking
Yeah,
this
gulp,
vodka.
gulp, gulp. Okay.
Eleanor Oliphant is happy. Nothing is missing from her carefully timetabled life until she meets a man who might be a werewolf.
Oh,
No. Except
That's not
sometimes everything. One simple act of kindness is about to shatter the walls Eleanor has built around herself. Now she must learn to navigate the world that everyone seems to take for granted while searching for the courage to face the dark corners she's avoided all her life. Change can be good. Change can be bad. But surely anything is better than fine? Gail Honeyman's Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine.
Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a
Based
favorite?
on the ones that we read, do you have one that you think might win?
I might pick up... Oh, what I think will win?
Yeah, let's do that first.
Sing Unburied Sing is the one we've seen for other things.
True, but that could hurt. I mean, that could hurt its chances. It could be like, well, that book's had enough exposure. Let's use this to...
Yeah. What was the one that hooked you?
Oh, I like the 3 Things About Elsie.
Yeah, maybe.
I like that. Manhattan Beach was an interesting
Yeah.
concept, and that's an author who's, won awards in the past and, hasn't this time around.
Right.
So, and I think the subject matter of like women taking the jobs of the men during the war and all that is, relevant. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That could do it.
I can never guess these type of things.
Okay. Well, it'll go
I'm not
down
artsy
to
enough.
it'll go down to a short list next month, and then we'll have the winners for you in June. And again, you can find this at womensprizeforfiction.co.uk.
I will
find it all
I
there.
will try to have learned the song Daniel by June.
I think you should. I
So,
think that's best.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't even really know Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, Benny the Jets. You need to listen to more Elton John, I guess, is
I
what
guess.
we're learning.
All I know is
Crocodile Rock, Rocket
Crocodile
Man,
Rock, Rocket Man, and
Candle in the Wind.
the song, your song.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Candle in and lived your life like a candle in the... I don't really know it.
Why are you
Yeah.
singing it like you're from Creed?
Oh, yeah. So,
What's going on at this library, you might wonder? Well,
Yeah.
here we are with our library news.
here we are.
The book clubs are currently reading. So I always start that thinking that I'll remember by the time I get there. And
won't.
guess what? I did. Last Coyote by Michael Connolly
Yeah.
is the Page Turner book club pick.
Yeah.
And All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Dewar. That one's coming up on the 20th at 3:30. So if you read that book, join us for that discussion.
I don't know how the coyotes are doing. I can tell you how, like, rhinos are doing. Not well.
great,
But if you
no.
ask me, like, the state of coyote,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I
State
would
of
say
Coyote, also a good title.
State of coyote. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember reading, maybe they're not endangered.
Well, I'll tell them about the
Go
concert soon
threaten.
you get back to me.
Okay.
On Tuesday the 20th, sorry about that, we have the Andover Ecumenical Choir coming to do their Lenten concert, and that is at 7 o'clock. And on 22nd...
No, they're doing fine.
Okay.
This says the
Coyotes are in
least
good
concern, population increasing.
Wow.
So hide your chickens.
Yikes. Yeah. Look
Do you
out.
still keep your chickens outside?
Do I
Or
keep
do you
my
have
chickens
a full
outside?
indoor
Well, I
chicken
never
setup?
count them before they're hatched, so it's hard
So
to
how
say.
would you know? Yeah.
The 22nd of this month, March, we have Mr. Bo Tackett.
Okay.
Seen most recently on The Voice and the Country Music Awards.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead guitarist for Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And he's coming here to do a solo concert. So we're excited to have Bo Tackett on the 22nd. What about you? What do you got going
I'm very
on?
excited. Oh, I thought you were just wondering if I was excited. I
Oh,
am.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Thank you. I'm probably more excited than you.
Okay.
Boom.
know why I asked.
Anime Club is Wednesdays at 5:30.
Sure is.
For teens. We've got our second photo class, the 17th. For teens, our teen photo class. We had our first one on the 10th.
Seemed to go well. Seemed
Yes,
to get a good
so-
response.
That was more about composition. This
Yes.
week will be about printing. So all a teen who comes needs to do is, one, sign up because it is limited space. But two, is just bring a picture that they've taken on their device to learn how to print it to make it look presentable for such things as a photo show. A teen photo show held at the David A. Hill Library,
Coming soon.
which we start collecting photos in April. So, yes.
Yeah, those are coming in
more
quickly.
on that.
Classes are taught by Marika Burke, who's
Yes.
pretty well known in the area, and I'm sure you've seen her pictures around somewhere. And she's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm sure the classes are fun too.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it last week? Was our interview? Our take 5?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
man,
we got
it feels like last week.
We got some nice social media responses from Elizabeth Elo.
Yes.
So Elizabeth, thanks for that, and we will be calling when your next book comes out. So
Yes.
I hope
she
she
didn't
didn't-
give us a title, right?
hope she didn't block our number. No, she
Okay.
didn't. She said a lot of it takes place in Siberia.
Right. I remember that.
So could be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a couple of movies coming up. On the 19th, we're showing A Bug's Life. And on the 27th, we're showing, for our senior matinee, one of my old school favorites, What's Up, Doc?
Right.
Barbara Streisand, Ryan O'Neal, Madeline Kahn.
Okay.
Great cast, great movie. So join us for any and all of those.
Bug's Life, I feel like, misses the opportunity of having one of the bugs get like a bunch of stuff spilled on him.
Yeah.
And him looking at the camera and go, it's a Bug's Life.
That's I think that's missing.
Yeah.
That's got a great cast, TV cast. We got Dave Foley, we got Julie Louis-Dreyfus, we got
Yes.
David Hyde Pierce.
Yeah.
It's
The guy from the Fireman show.
Dennis Leary.
The Dennis Leary, thank you.
Who I can't think of the guy who's his henchman. That's what's driving me crazy.
Who's his henchman?
I love that guy.
It's the guy
Richard
from-
Kind.
yeah.
Richard Kind.
Yeah.
Great TV cast.
But
Yeah.
the bad guy, played by Kevin Spacey.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Hopper is Kevin Spacey.
What are you gonna do?
Who
I love
plays-
that movie.
Who plays
early Pixar?
Who plays the Queen? The Queenette?
Phyllis Diller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So funny.
Dave Foley's one of my favorites, and so is Julie Louis-Dreyfus. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're great.
That
together.
whole that's one thing like I think people forget about Bug's Life. It just has like one of the best
Oh,
voice
yeah.
casts.
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
And David Hyde Pierce is just like
as
he's
the
on it
stick
and
bug.
that- yeah.
He's perfect.
Yeah, he's like the only stick with eyeballs.
I don't think that was a great impression. First of all,
Thank you.
That movie doesn't miss a beat, and that cast is just like
Yeah.
they hit their marks.
Yeah.
So join us
Yep.
Monday the 19th at 3:30. Then of course we have it in the collection if you can't come at that time. But
I'm going home to watch a Bug's Life right now.
I think
I'm checking out.
in
early.
conclusion of episode 134, watch A Bug's Life, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.